Welcome to Red Chameleon. If you like the video, please smash the like button. Today's Askreddit question is, have you ever read a story on Reddit and realized you know the person in real life? What happened? Let's get started. We were telling our dog Walker about this crazy story from Reddit of a guy who was in the big Boston blizzard that had just happened and ran out of this rare drug used to help with organ transplants. And someone on Reddit helped him by giving him some of the rare organ transplant drugs. And he was like, that was me. I told a story of when I broke my ankle skating, and one of the other roller derby girls in my team commented, we used to chat through Reddit a bit as I didn't skate anymore. But then last year she died suddenly in her sleep. I still have her messages, and I feel weird seeing all the comments and stuff she made knowing she's gone now. Just sad. Technically I don't know for sure, but I have a damn good feeling. About a month or so ago, a guy posted a thing saying his girlfriend believes she is a cat. He went on to explain their relationship, and all her quirks and whatnot. The more I read, the more it sounded like this girl I had a really complicated relationship with some years ago. Everything matched, even her age. At one point she said something about wanting to quit her job and live full-time as a cat. And I swear to God this girl I knew once said the same thing to me. The girl I knew even used to meow and mew like a cat. I reached out to opt to see if we lived in the same area, to find out if it was in fact her. Because if so, I was gonna warn him about the fact that she was very emotionally abusive and manipulative. But he never answered. I'm still fairly certain it's her though. I'm like 95% sure I stumbled across my manager's Reddit account a couple of months ago. There were numerous points in a post I read that lined up perfectly with things he had been talking about at work for a couple of weeks beforehand. And the word use and tone matched his speaking pretty perfectly. Not to mention the account name was fitting. It was super weird reading through the post and having this slow realization that it was him. I didn't mention it to him. This kind of knowledge is too powerful. I was browsing the sub for my city and saw an interesting post. I looked at the username and recognized it as an ex-coworker because the username is the same one they use on Instagram. Out of curiosity, I looked to see what else they have posted and found out that they are really into taking shrooms. Never would have guessed it. This person was so straight-laced and by the book when we worked together. I was really surprised. My oldest sister. I asked her if she had a username based off of one of her favorite bands, specified the album her username referenced. She said, Duck. How did you find me? Her dog was on the front page of Awe. Never really went through her post history. Sometimes see her commenting on stuff. She gets an automatic upvote. I came across someone I knew from high school. We weren't friends or anything, but he was a nice enough guy. He and his wife had lost something like 100 pounds combined. I was happy for him. The reverse happened to me. About 2 years ago I was diagnosed with precancerous cells in my cervix, which simply put translates to, I didn't have cancer yet, but was going to if it wasn't handled. Thank God they found it early. I posted on Reddit for a while during the whole ordeal because I wanted to reach out to others who had gone through the same thing and learn more about the procedures, etc. Anyway, one day a friend came over and randomly asked me about it. Immediately I was confused, because I hadn't told anyone about it other than my mom, and so he kind of laughed, kind of apologized, and said he had found my Reddit and read my posts about the whole thing. Like even my replies to comments and stuff. Lots of honest and detailed things. I mean, it wasn't a huge deal, but it was a little awkward at the time. Yeah. Some idiot that I was seeing briefly years ago kept mentioning Reddit and certain subs. So I started browsing because it sounded interesting. Came across a post that was undoubtedly him. Had his car in it and wording only he'd use. I was just about to text him. Found your Reddit profile. When I clicked on his username just to find a post complaining about my leg hair and saying that I don't shut up quickly enough when he interrupts me. I shut up real quick when he never heard from me again. Yikes. I break out in a cold sweat sometimes, thinking someone at work or something will go. Found your Reddit profile. I thought your story was going to end worse than it did. There's nothing super incriminating about my Reddit. since I try not to say anything I wouldn't in person to someone. But just imagining someone looking through my random interests is creepy. The thing is, I have a very specific job and I post on the sub for it. It's a small world. I found someone else's Reddit username by accident before. Once in a while I psych myself out and think I'll just start over with a new Reddit account. Just a week ago I posted in my city sub. There are millions of people in LA. That's safe enough, right? A random story about making jam in 6th grade, and literally someone else commented saying they did the same thing. Did we go to the same elementary school? Turns out we did, and even had the same teacher. Just different years. What are the chances? It was cool but kind of weird too. I posted snow conditions on a popular local trail. Someone commented and said that they were there recently and agreed with my description. It was my husband whom I did the hike with. Saw a screenshot of this tweet, and in the photo was this guy I recognized as a customer from the arcade I used to work at. He has no arms. This is relevant, and was decked out in Sonic clothes. I think his t-shirt said something like Sonic for women's rights maybe? Everyone I worked with knew him. He was really nice and amazing at playing Guitar Hero with his feet. All the comments were saying, "Where are his arms?" and making fun of the Sonic outfit. Made me sad cause he's so nice. In the Houston subreddit, someone posted a picture of a belly dancer at a Greek restaurant they went to. I think they were there for their anniversary, and they really enjoyed the restaurant's food and entertainment. I looked closely at the picture. Turned out I knew the dancer. We had taught at the same charter school about 3 years before. One of her first graders had been allowed by her mother to get ice cream every day before school at 7 a.m. Every day she crossed the major thoroughfare in rush hour traffic with her older brother. One day she ran ahead and was hit by a school bus that couldn't stop in time and was killed instantly. My friend was devastated beyond belief and ended up leaving education. In my town, a toddler escaped from his daycare and was wandering down the middle of a busy road. He was found by a local worker after hearing multiple people honking as they drove around the kid. I posted to my town subreddit, asking what the duck was wrong with our town that no one stopped. I got a beer with another dad and he brought up the story he read in Reddit, which I had posted. I said, "Hey, that was me." But the conversation just kept going. I don't think he heard. He probably thought, "Stupid, the toddler has to be at least 10 years younger than you."